So I love it when people leave comments on my channel because every time someone leaves a illiterate, dumbass comment, it just allows me to use it as an example to exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I said before, all these colorism crybabies do is they go around and project their own self-hate, as you see in the comment section. First of all, I don't delete comments. Second of all, your nose is wider than the LA freeway, and your nostrils is higher than the CN Tower. It's always the creatures and the crushies that resemble these silverbacks who have comments to say about black men features, and I don't have a wide nose, and if I did, that would still be a masculine feature. It's not feminine to have those features. You, however, do. You are dark, you are black, and you are ugly, and you're in my comment section calling people silverbacks. I wouldn't want to delete your comment. Instead, I would pin your comment so I can do a colorism crybaby video responding to it and saying, hey, these are the crusties, the wide nose, high nostril creatures who are crying about featureism all day on YouTube, and light-skinned women and white women and Hispanic women. Hey, this is how they really feel about themselves. They're the ones who practice self-hate. So thank you for commenting on my video, allowing me to use your dumb ass as an example. As far as me not being able to read, listen, I have more education than you, I can guarantee you that. You creatures don't dominate anything in college. You are the second most least educated race of women. This is why you have to lie and make up false facts saying you're the most educated, which has been debunked several times. So if it's anyone that can't read, it's probably you. With that reed tight around your head, trying to look like that white woman.
He needs some milk!
It's not my fault that nobody wants to live next to you. It's not my fault that you have to steal out of Asian salons and Arab gas stations and get disrespected all day on the internet by everyone and hoping that a bottom shelf brag can come save you out the ghetto and give you that light-skinned baby, and you screaming, I hate myself. It's black men's fault. It's not my fault that you have to do that and you have to resort to that. So, I mean, go get out my comment section. You look like a fucking 8-ball. You know, with your higher-ass nostrils looking like the CN Tower in Toronto. Go lose some weight. And then bleach your skin at least, you know, get a nose job and a lip job or something if you are going to come in my comment section and make these same jokes and colorism featurist jokes that you complain about. Okay, 8-ball bitch. Now I got more important stuff to talk about. Speaking of, you know, colorism crybabies and BWs and dark-skinned women, you're going to see an example of what they really choose in this next video. Let's get into the video. That shit stays irrelevant.
So abandoning your children's definitely not race doesn't depend on your race. Well, fucked up that you think that just because a man's white, he can't abandon his children. But, okay. But yes. My ex is white. He was very, very abusive. And he abandoned me, this child, and the 4 others that we actually have together that I don't have in my custody because of being with him. So, yeah. White people, or white men, abandon their children too.
So this is the narrative they're pushing. The narrative they're pushing is get you a white man and all your problems will go away. Get you a bottom shelf brat and you won't be a single mom no more. Now the CDC shows that, from what I heard, I'm trying to find this statistic. I'm trying to find this source so I can use it in my video. I actually might make an entire video on it if someone can send it to me. I haven't been able to find it. From what I heard, the CDC shows that 18% of BWs who have kids out of wedlock are from men of other races, if I'm not mistaken. Or around 20%, 18%. That's a lot if you take in consideration how many BWs are married interracially, which is a lot lower. And I'm not surprised by that. This is why they never wanted to put out the real stats, and they always include single mom, black mother. They just assume those children are black, or they just go by the one drop rule, because as you can see in this video, as you can see in several videos, as you can see in several sources, these creatures are becoming single moms with every single race of men. Doesn't matter if he's brown, doesn't matter if he's pink, doesn't matter if he's black, doesn't matter if he's white, doesn't matter if he's an alien, doesn't matter if he's an animal, doesn't matter if he's a creature just like them. Whatever the case may be, they have the same result. Prime example, Krusty G is a single mom by a black man. Selling line all day talking about black men dating interracially. Her sisters are single moms by bottom shelf brass, by white men. Every single race of men they get with, they have the same result. And this is why you see them having to put out these false articles where 1,000, where it covers a sample stat of 1,000, which isn't a real statistic, and it specifically targets a certain group of people to fit their narrative, and then doesn't even get published because even the white men who are responsible to publishing that, or the organization per se, it's not a white man, just white man, it's an organization of different people, they won't even publish it because they already know it's a false and inaccurate stat. But these low IQ creatures, these low IQ crusties who can't read statistics, who can't barely pass a basic math class, that's why they don't major in STEM degrees, they don't understand that concept because they're too slow. That weave is too tight around their skull. It's cutting off the circulation for their brain to be able to think properly. And with that being said, they have the same result. But this is not the narrative that they're pushing. Because if videos like this get out, it's just going to be easy to counteract their talking points. It's going to be easy to debunk their talking points. Their whole purpose of having these platforms is to push a false image of their self, because the reality is black men are moving up in the ladder. They're getting closer to other races of men. They're surpassing other races of men. But those black men who are doing that are replacing them and dating other races of women. Those black men who are not doing that are being left with BWs. So you have two types of black men. And that's the reality I don't want you to hear. That's the hard truth. Because the truth is that black men who date interracially, we can get any race of woman we want. If you're attractive, you're successful, you can get any race of woman you want. Other races of women aren't looking at you and saying, hey, he's a white man, he's not gonna leave me a single mom. They look at your character, they look at what you have to offer, and they look at the way you dress, they look at the way you carry yourself. But the only people on the planet who think that the white man get them out the ghetto is these ghetto low IQ creatures who aren't respected in society. These people aren't even wanted in their communities. You just had a BW twerking on top of a table the other day. And it should be legalized to keep these BWs out your restaurants, because it's getting to the point where other people are getting tired of them. Other people don't want to be next to them. Other races are tired of them stealing stuff out their stores. And they want to say, oh, you that's because of you, black man. You a reputation of us. No, you're not a reputation of me. You're not a reputation of what I stand for. I don't have a bunch of mothers who are online or they talk about black men, and a lot of black men don't. And so you have a lot of black men replacing them because their culture is backwards and they're disgusting. They're degenerates. They're a bunch of animals who are having babies with every single race of men they open their legs to and blaming everyone else but them being desperate. And the reason for that is because they're easy. They have unprotected sex. They'd rather spend $300 on weed than $30 on birth control. They don't take accountability for anything. They go around worshiping men, asking and begging them to date them, while other races of women, all they have to do is walk down the street or go to a bar. They got these white men begging them, hey, can you stop worshiping black women? Can you stop worshiping me? Begging them to stop worshiping them. And so of course they're going to be easy, desperate, and become single moms because they're stupid. And the whole black culture and the people who co-sign with this behavior are stupid. And now you see the aftermath of their stupidity and their backwards culture in this video. You wonder why movements like SYS meme exist on YouTube. So these crusties are telling me I'm not going to take care of my kids because I'm a black man. I don't take care of my kids. No, my kids are going to be taken care of. But apparently, no matter who you're with, your kids aren't. Alright? These crusties will say that all day long because of their own dysfunctional family backgrounds. Their father wasn't in the house, or their mother was crackheads, or their father was crackheads, and they're hate for black men. They're hate for white women, but they want to have envy for biracial kids as well, but produce those same biracial kids that they hope to produce have later kids with the white man, which doesn't make much sense. It shows how dumb they are again compared to other races of women. And I mean, this is no different. No white woman said this, no Hispanic woman said this, no Asian woman said this. This was all from these creatures. So when you got these people complaining about or trying to point out racism and Karens and stuff like that, no, this is all from weeb chimps. It's just not brought to the forefront. That's all. This is not brought to the forefront. And then you got videos like this pretty much bringing it to the forefront. Like, hey, you think black men are going to leave you as single moms? No, I'm a single mom too by a white man. There's many of them out there like that. I mean, it's all over YouTube. It's all over social media. It's in the statistics. Like I said about the CDC. So it's not like they can hide it anymore. They're becoming single moms with everyone else, and they're trying to project that onto black men. That's why they had to make that fake article, like I mentioned previously. So I mean, it got to the point where I don't even have to do anything no more. They just really prove my point every day. They prove my point every week. They prove my point every week that they're just below other races of women. They're just desperate. They're just disgusting in every single category. I don't even have to do nothing no more. All I do is bring it to light. All I do is make content. Another single BW by a white man. Another single BW by a white man. Another single BW by a man that's not black. I mean, it's all over the place. It's like every week. So when I actually looked at the sources on the internet before I started looking at the sources and everything, and I looked at the truth, I already knew it was a false stereotype that they promoted. I mean, it's the same groups within other cultures that have deadbeat fathers. Not that much different from other cultures. Not that much different from other races. But they like to promote this false fact. And this is why you can't take these people too serious. They're the ones promoting this false image, making sure the white man image is on top, because the stats don't align with what they're saying. The stats don't align that they become married when they're with the white man. In fact, 2008 stats show they have lowest divorce rate, which was a small sample size. And 2009 stats show they have the highest divorce rate, which was a much larger sample size. So they have the highest divorce rate with white men and BWs, not the lowest. These are just facts. The older generation of BWs push this to the younger generation and try to brainwash black men. They brainwashed a lot of low IQ black men, and it became embedded in the culture to hate black men and blame them for everything. You're gonna make me single. And now black men are leaving and just replacing them. They got the first round draft pick that's not even with the BW. I'm gonna do a video on that. I want to see if he's actually biracial or black. You got, biracial like Matt James, look black, not picking them. You got Kobe Bryant, rest in peace Kobe Bryant. He didn't even pick. None of the top men are looking at these creatures like they're some sort of queens. Nobody do, because everyone sees them as peasants. And what society is a bunch of ghetto gaggers considered queens? And what society is a bunch of women who lead STDs, HIVs, obesity rate, poverty, in their 40s, 30s, 50s, 60s, 70s online screaming about black men all day, homeless, living off people's tax money, like they have the room to talk about anyone else when they're at the bottom of the barrel. They losing the Olympics to white women while black men are dominating Olympics to other races of men. They have the audacity to say black men can't compete with white men. What the hell race of women on the planet is that low tier like these creatures? And now you got them having babies with white men, becoming single moms by these bottom shelf brads, and trying to project it and promote that black men are leaving white women are single moms, which there is no stat, no demographic supporting that. But there is the other way around. An actual accurate fact, accurate statistics showing that. The CDC is the most accurate demographic that you can use. So yeah, this is what we're living with. And the video speaks for itself. I'm done.